It was just yesterday the CDC made a big change by recommending that because of the Delta variant of coronavirus, even vaccinated people should be wearing masks again in certain settings. But we also know that was a recommendation. It was not a mandate. That would likely have to come from the governor.
And today, Washington Governor Jay Inslee gave his response to that new guidance. Joining us live now to break down what the new requirements are here in Washington State is our political reporter, Casey Decker. So, Casey, let's just get right down to it. Does everyone now need to start wearing masks again?
No, Tom, we don't, not legally speaking anyway. Inslee said he agrees with the CDC that everyone should be wearing masks indoors again, whether or not they're vaccinated, in order to curb the spread of that Delta variant. However, he is not requiring that they do so. But there are a couple exceptions. The first is unvaccinated people. This actually isn't a change. It's always been the case in Washington that the mask mandate still exists for those who aren't immunized. And today, Inslee reminded employers they are legally required to make sure any unvaccinated employees stay masked up at work. The second exception is in schools. The CDC recommended that in order to return to full in-person learning in the fall, all students and staff wear masks, regardless of vaccination status. And today, Inslee announced following that guidance will be a legal requirement.
So you said that most people still, though, are not going to be required to wear masks. What reason did the governor give for that?
Well, yeah, that was somewhat surprising. The governor has typically directly mirrored the CDC, and in a sense, he still is here. They recommended people in areas with high levels of community spread wear masks indoors again, and that would apply to most Washington counties, including Spokane. Inslee is passing along that recommendation, but he's not turning it into a mandate this time. That's in part because he's basically concerned it could disincentivize people from getting the shot.
We're mindful of that some people got vaccinated because they didn't want to wear a mask. We want to, to the extent we can, honor that benefit of becoming vaccinated.
And that, of course, is a big deal because Inslee has said again and again the vaccine is the #1 weapon against COVID. They're really staying focused here on getting those rates up by reaching out to people directly and by combating misinformation.
There's not just one virus in our state, there's two. One is the COVID virus, but the second is just as deadly, and that's misinformation. Unfortunately, too many of our citizens have been attacked by misinformation, much of it on the social media, which has caused them to ask questions about the vaccine and have blunted the ability for people to save their lives by getting this vaccine.
Okay, so Casey, where do we sit vaccine-wise here? I know 2 weeks ago we hit that 70% threshold in the state. How have things been since then?
Well, they've slowed down. Go ahead and take a look at this graph that the governor pointed to today. This is the number of doses given out over time, and you can see we hit our peak in the spring, but just in the last month or two, vaccinations have really decreased. Now, part of that, of course, is just fewer people left to vaccinate, but another issue, the remaining people require more effort, often putting up resistance, and vaccine rates also vary by county. You can see in this chart here, West Side County is doing better than the East Side. In Spokane, just over half the eligible people have one dose. We've got to get those numbers up if we want to stay protected from that Delta variant. Inslee said they're working on some new strategies to get more people the shot. And again, it's definitely something you have to do if you want to go around without a mask. In the studio, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
All right, Casey, thank you.